sing. She really does her thing. It's her claim to fame. Come on, sing one, Jane.
1969 gave the world Woodstock, the moon landing, and Abbey Road. But tucked between those milestones were some of the goofiest, most irresistible pop songs ever pressed to vinyl. Here are 12 silly songs from 1969 you completely forgot were awesome. Number 12, Sugar Sugar by the Archies.
I just can't believe the loveliness of loving you.
I just can't believe it's true.
The best-selling single of 1969 was performed by a band that never existed. The Archies were cartoon characters from a Saturday morning TV show, and music supervisor Don Kirshner oversaw their creation as a pop juggernaut, with Jeff Barry producing the records and session vocalist Ron Dante providing the lead vocal.
Sugar, sugar.
The result hit number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 for 4 consecutive weeks. It outsold every single released that year by the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and every other major act. Kirshner had learned hard lessons managing music for the Monkees, and the Archies were his revenge, a band that could never talk back. It sold millions of copies worldwide. 5 decades later, that sugar-coated melody remains one of the most recognizable hooks of the entire decade. Number 11, Nah Nah Hey Hey Kiss Him Goodbye by Steam. Fontana Records needed a B-side, and songwriter Gary DiCarlo had a throwaway track lying around. He, Dale Fresheur, and Paul Lika cobbled together a recording with a nonsense chorus they never expected anyone to hear. The label flipped the single and released the throwaway as the A-side. It went to number 1 on the Billboard Hot 100 in December 1969. The band Steam started as little more than a studio creation. No consistent lineup took the stage initially, though a touring group was later assembled after the song became a hit. Yet that absurd, repetitive chorus became one of the most enduring chants in sports history. Every stadium in America has blasted it during an opponent's walk of shame. A studio creation spawned the ultimate real anthem. Number 10, Gitarzan by Ray Stevens.
He's free as a breeze, he's always at ease. Lives in the jungle, hangs by his knees as he swings through.
In the spring of 1969, while Hendrix redefined the electric E, guitar and the Stones played for 500,000 people. One man climbed the charts by pretending to be Tarzan with a 6-string. The song featured Stevens voicing every character himself, including Tarzan, Jane, and a screeching monkey. It reached number 8 on the Billboard Hot 100 and became one of the year's most talked about novelty records. Most people remember Stevens for The Streak in 1974, but Gitarzan proved he was already a master of musical comedy 5 years earlier. The song was pure vaudeville energy wrapped in late 60s production. Nobody else could have pulled it off with such committed absurdity. Stevens made silly sound like an art form.
Jungle band, they're all you can stand. Give 'em a hand, Gitarzan.
Number 9, A Boy Named Sue by Johnny Cash.
Gatlinburg in mid-July, and I just hit town and my throat was dry. Thought I'd stop and have myself.
On February 24, 1969, the toughest voice in country music stood inside San Quentin State Prison and made a room full of convicted felons laugh out loud. The song, written by beloved children's author Shel Silverstein, told the story of a man tracking down his deadbeat father for giving him a girl's name.
But the meanest thing that my daddy ever did was before he left, he went and named me.
Cash had only received the lyrics the night before and read parts of it off a sheet of paper. The live recording captured pure magic. Inmates howled at every punchline. The single hit number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 and topped the country chart. It proved the Man in Black could deliver comedy with the same conviction he brought to Folsom Prison Blues.
You just fought one hell of a fight, and I know you hate me and you got the right to kill me now, and I wouldn't blame you.
Before we continue, which of these silly gems from 1969 brings back the strongest memory for you? Did you hear any of these for the first time on your parents' car radio? Drop a comment and let us know where you're watching from. Number 8, Good Morning Starshine by Oliver. The Broadway musical Hair shocked audiences with its raw depiction of the counterculture. But one of its sweetest moments was this sunshine-drenched melody, Singer William Oliver Swafford, performing simply as Oliver, took the song to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the summer of 1969. His warm, earnest delivery made the whole thing feel genuine. The best part was the chorus. Lines like glitty glub gloopy and nibby nabby noopy meant absolutely nothing, and that was the entire point. Millions of Americans sang along to pure gibberish without a care in the world. In a year defined by Vietnam headlines and campus protests, 3 minutes of cheerful nonsense was exactly what people needed. Number 7, Dizzy by Tommy Roe.
It's so hard to talk to you with fellas hanging around you all the time.
Number 1 in at least 4 countries. Over 2 million copies sold in just the first few weeks, all built on a concept as simple as feeling lightheaded over a pretty girl. Tommy Roe took the bubblegum pop formula to its absolute peak with this bouncy, hand-clap-driven single that topped the Billboard Hot 100 in March 1969 and hit number 1 in the UK as well.
And it's you, girl, making it spin. You're making me dizzy.
Roe had been crafting catchy pop since Sheila hit number 1 back in 1962. But Dizzy was his definitive moment. The production was pure ear candy, layered with playful energy and an impossibly sticky chorus. It proved that a song didn't need depth. To be perfect, sometimes all you needed was a good hook and a spinning head.
You, girl, making it spin. You're making me dizzy.
Number 6, Indian Giver. By 1910, Fruitgum Company.
Baby, I was feeling the way I wanna feel. You had me believing.
3 top 5 hits in under 2 years, all from a group literally named after bubblegum. Producers Jerry Casenetz and Jeff Katz built their Super K Productions empire on sugary disposable pop, and this band was their flagship act. Indian Giver reached number 5 on the Billboard Hot 100 in early 1969, following Simon Says and 1, 2, 3, Red Light.
Indian giver, took back the love you gave to.
The formula was simple and completely shameless. Quick tempos, chanted vocals, and melodies designed to get stuck in your head for days. Critics dismissed the entire bubblegum movement as manufactured fluff. The kids buying the records couldn't have cared less. Sometimes the silliest music is the most honest about what it wants to be. Number 5, Laughing by the Guess Who.
The way it should be, took away everything I had to put the hood on me.
Before American Woman turned them into classic rock icons, this Canadian band had a top 10 hit built around the sound of actual laughter. Burton Cummings literally laughed his way through the chorus, turning a breakup song into something unexpectedly playful. The single reached number 10 on the Billboard Hot 100 in 1969, released on RCA record, and produced by Jack Richardson.
Slowly, but carries on, and now the best years.
The concept sounds ridiculous on paper, a song where the lead singer laughs through the chorus, but Cummings sold it with such charm that nobody minded. It was their second top 10 hit that year, following These Eyes. Within a year, they would become one of the biggest rock bands on the planet.
When you're laughing at me, oh, what you doing to me, God?
1969 clearly had no shortage of fun on the radio. Which silly song from this year still gets stuck in your head without warning? Maybe one you haven't thought about in decades. Drop your pick in the comments and tell us where you're tuning in from today. Number 4, Hair by the Cowsills.
On beautiful hair, shining, gleaming, streaming, flaxen, waxing.
A family band that included their mother Barbara took one of the hippie era's most rebellious anthem and made it wholesome. The Cowsills, with ages ranging from early teens to mid-20s, turned the title song from the counterculture musical Hair into a bright, bouncy pop single. It reached number 2 on the Billboard Hot 100 in May 1969.
High for the buzzing bee, a nest full of birds. There ain't no words for the beauty, the splendor, the wonder of my.
Their earnest delivery of lyrics about letting hair fly in the breeze and get caught in the trees was endearingly sincere. The Cowsills were reportedly the real-life inspiration for television's Partridge Family. They took a protest anthem, scrubbed it clean, and somehow made it even more lovable. The hippies might not have approved, but the charts certainly did.
Hair, I let it fly in the breeze. thing, get caught in the
Number 3, Octopus's Garden by the Beatles.
Paradise is the octopus's garden in the shade.
While on holiday aboard a yacht lent to him by actor Peter Sellers, Ringo Starr learned something unexpected. The captain told him that octopuses collect stones and shiny objects to build little gardens around their lairs on the ocean floor. That strange fact inspired one of the most whimsical songs on Abbey Road, released in September 1969.
We would sing and dance around.
It was only the second song Ringo ever wrote for the band. Nestled between weightier tracks on side 2 of Abbey Road, the song felt like a breath of fresh, salty air. George Harrison helped develop and arrange it, but the childlike wonder was pure Ringo. The biggest band in the world let their drummer sing about living underwater, and it fit perfectly.
He's so happy, you and me. No one there to tell us what to do.
Number 2, Tracy by the Cufflinks.
Be close, Tracy, never, never, ever let me go.
Here is a piece of 1969 pop trivia that most people have never heard. The voice behind this breezy bubblegum number 9 hit belonged to Ron Dante, the same session singer who performed Sugar Sugar as the voice of the Archies. That means one man, whose name almost nobody knew, sang 2 of the year's biggest and silliest singles simultaneously. Tracy was pure effervescent pop, light as cotton candy and twice as sweet. It floated into the top 10 in the fall of 1969 and disappeared almost as quickly. Dante later became a successful producer, working with artists like Barry Manilow. But for one remarkable year, he was the anonymous voice behind the silliest corner of American radio. Number 1, Build Me Up Buttercup by the Foundations.
Do you build me up, buttercup, baby, just to let me down?
In early 1969, a multiracial British soul pop group released a song so joyful it became nearly impossible to resist. Written by Tony McCauley and Manfred Mann vocalist Mike Diabo, the track climbed to number 3 on the Billboard Hot 100 and number 2 on the UK singles chart. The Foundations had already scored a hit with Baby Now That I've Found You, but this was the one that stuck forever. The melody lands and never lets go. That opening piano figure, the soaring chorus, the sheer warmth of it all.
Baby, baby, try to find a little time, and I'll make you.
Decades later, it appeared in films, commercials, and countless wedding playlists. Some songs are silly and awesome at the same time. This one never stopped being both.